Hello and welcome to the _GIS Basics series. This video is a short ArcGIS Pro tour, and the following videos will build the basic skills that will allow you to make beautiful maps and work with spatial data. Quick YouTube reminder for those following along, the J key goes back 10 seconds, K pauses, and the L goes forward 10 seconds. All right, let's get into it. The first thing you'll see when you open ArcGIS Pro is this landing page. At the top left, you'll have an area where you can start new projects. Down below, you'll have recent projects. And over on the right, you'll have templates if you have any saved. For most of you, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to New Project and select Map. You'll have a Create New Project pop-up. What you want to do is you want to name it. Let's call this one Basics. And you can choose the location that you want it to be saved. It'll also create a new folder for the project. Let's hit OK. If you've never opened ArcGIS Pro before, what you're going to have on screen is a map window. You're going to have ribbons up top, and you're going to have contents on the left. Almost always, the first thing you're going to want to do is change the coordinate system of your map. A coordinate system is the way that the Earth is transformed into something flat, but the standard coordinate system is going to give you a lot of distortion, stretching the northern areas and southern areas while compressing the equatorial region. If you live in North America, the coordinate system you're probably going to want to use is North America datum. To get to your coordinate system, right-click on your map in the Contents page, head down to Properties, and go to Coordinate Systems. By default, your coordinate system will be the WGS 1984 Web Mercator, but I much prefer to use the projected coordinate system of UTM North America Datum 1983. To figure out which zone you're in, the easiest thing to do is just to Google it. Each zone represents a 6-degree range. For example, zone 14, the one that I use because I live in Manitoba, ranges from 96 degrees to 102 degrees. If we go back to ArcGIS Pro and head down to zone 14 north, we can right-click and add it to our favorites, and then we can select it and click OK. The projection is realigned so that our area, zone 14, is right in the middle of the map with the least amount of distortion. The next thing we might want to do is head over to the map ribbon and go and change our base map. My favorite is the Imagery Hybrid. The Imagery Hybrid gives you a base map and a hybrid reference layer, which you can turn off. Let's explore the ribbons a little bit more. Under the map ribbon, you're going to have some navigation tools. Explore is a great default. You can also change your base map if you want a different style, or you can add data. You can add data using the Windows Explorer to find your data and add it in. If you have a web URL for data, you can add data from Path and enter in your URL. You can add data from Excel spreadsheets using the XY point data to map, and there are also other ways to add data. You also have some selection tools which appear here and in the Edit tab. You have the Select by Attributes and Select by Location. We will go into these in a later video. You also have some simple measure tools in case you want to measure something. Let's check out the Insert ribbon next. Under the Insert ribbon, you can add another map so that you have more than one map. You can also add layouts. Just select a size, and this layout will allow you to make a map that you can export. If you don't want the new maps and layouts that you added in, you can simply X them out. This won't delete them, and you can retrieve them later. You can also connect to different databases and servers through the connection tool. Under the Analysis ribbon, you will have a bunch of tools that we can get into in a later video. The View tab is very handy for opening up new windows. The first thing you might want to open up is the Catalog pane. New panes will appear in the middle of your map. However, you can drag them and pin them to different areas. I like to move my catalog pane down to the bottom left. The catalog pane will store all of your maps and layouts, even the ones that you close down. It will have your databases that you've connected to. One important thing that the catalog pane also has is this folder tab. If you open it up, it will have your new project folder. The project folder will have a geodatabase of the same name, along with some other folders. If you want to create a new shapefile or feature class, you can right-click on the geodatabase, go to New, and create feature class. These feature classes can be points, lines, or polygons, and they are what is going to allow you to create things in ArcGIS Pro. If you want to link to a specific folder for easy access to your data, you can right-click on Folders and add a folder connection. You can navigate to where your data is, select it, and click OK. Now that location will be saved, and you can easily drag in new shapefiles. We can also open up the geoprocessing pane. The geoprocessing pane has many tools that will allow you to do different things. We'll get into many different geoprocessing tools in a later video. Under the Edit ribbon, you've got many features that you will use very often. Under snapping, you can choose whether or not you want your point to snap to different objects. If you click on the down arrow, you can also choose how you want it to snap to, if you want it to snap to corners, lines, or other faces. If you head over to Create, it will open up a new Create pane. If you add in a shapefile, it will then pop up in your Create Features pane. You can select it and begin drawing features. You can then use many of the tools to change how it looks. Stay tuned for the next video where we'll go deeply into the editing tools. If you want to save your changes, you can hit save, but if you don't want to save them, you can also hit discard and it'll revert to how it was. If we head over to the imagery ribbon, there's georeference and raster functions, two things that will be covered in later videos. Lastly, if you want to share your project, the template, or anything else, there's the share. If we head over to project, we can then save our project, open other projects, or go into options or licensing. I hope this overview of ArcGIS Pro has been helpful. Now let's start editing shapefiles in the next video.